Beloved Masters of Light, radiant hearts of the eternal flame, I come to you today with the brilliance of the first ray, the ray of divine will, power, and sovereignty. This ray is the foundational current of creation, the energy that sets worlds into motion and aligns all manifestation with the perfect design of Source. It is the ray through which you reclaim your authority as a conscious co-creator, and it is the flame through which you step into the fullness of your divine sovereignty. For many ages, humanity has misunderstood the true essence of power. Power has too often been distorted into control, domination, or fear-based authority. Sovereignty has been confused with separation or isolation. Yet in truth, the first ray is not about force over others, it is about mastery of self. It is the radiant, unshakable remembrance that you are a sovereign being, born of Source, endowed with the ability to align your will with divine will. When you embody this ray, you no longer live as a servant to external dictates or the illusions of the ego. You live as a pillar of clarity, a beacon of strength, and a radiant vessel of divine authority. The journey of embodying first ray sovereignty begins with awakening. To awaken is to recognize that you are not powerless, nor are you adrift in a universe of chance. You are an emanation of the Creator, carrying within you the spark of divine intention. This spark is not passive. It is dynamic, creative, and commanding. It yearns to express itself through your unique life, through the choices you make, the words you speak, and the energies you radiate into the world. Every moment you affirm your inner sovereignty, you are activating the first ray within you. But what does it mean to embody sovereignty in a world that so often teaches dependency, conformity, and fear? It means standing firm in your inner truth, even when the outer world trembles with chaos. It means remembering that no external force, no system, no authority, no shadow has the power to define who you are at the level of your soul. Sovereignty is the courage to live as the master of your energy field, to claim responsibility for your thoughts, your emotions, and your creations. When you embody sovereignty, you cease to be a passive participant in life. You become a conscious, empowered co-creator with Source. To live as a sovereign being is not to separate from others but to enter into relationships from a place of wholeness. When you are sovereign, you no longer seek completion through another, nor do you attempt to dominate another. Instead, you stand in the fullness of your light and allow others to do the same. This creates sacred partnership, whether in friendship, family, or community. Sovereignty is the foundation for unity, because only whole beings can come together to form a harmonious whole. Beloved ones, the first ray also teaches you the art of alignment. Sovereignty does not mean following the impulses of the lower ego. True power arises when your personal will is aligned with divine will. This is the great secret: your soul already carries the blueprint of divine intention. When you align your choices with this higher design, you feel a sense of peace and clarity. Resistance dissolves, and life flows with grace. When you resist or fight against the guidance of your soul, you experience struggle and fragmentation. To embody first ray sovereignty is to continually choose alignment, moment by moment, breath by breath. I ask you now to pause and reflect: in what areas of your life have you given away your sovereignty? Perhaps you have allowed fear to dictate your choices. Perhaps you have remained silent when your truth wished to be spoken. Perhaps you have deferred your inner knowing to the approval of others. These are not failures, beloved, they are opportunities. Each recognition is a doorway to reclaiming your power. Every time you choose truth over illusion, courage over fear, and love over compromise, you are anchoring the first ray within your being. To embody the power of the first ray, you must also purify your relationship with authority. Many carry wounds from lifetimes of misuse of power, whether as victims or as those who once misused their own authority. These wounds create fear of sovereignty, fear of standing fully in your strength. Yet know this: the misuse of power belongs to the past. In this new age, power is being purified, reclaimed as service, devotion, and divine alignment. You are invited now to heal those wounds, to forgive, and to embrace a new paradigm of authority that is guided by the heart and rooted in love. Beloved Masters, embodying sovereignty is also about boundaries. To stand in your light does not mean to allow the energies of the world to drain or destabilize you. Your field of light is sacred. As you anchor the first ray, you become more discerning about what you allow into your consciousness. Discernment is not judgment, it is clarity. It is the knowing of what uplifts your vibration and what diminishes it. By choosing thoughts, words, environments, and relationships that honor your soul, you strengthen your sovereign field. Remember, sovereignty is not isolation. It is the ability to interact with the world without being enslaved by it. It is the freedom to stand in the center of your being, rooted in the eternal flame, even as the storms of transformation swirl around you. As more of you anchor this strength, you become pillars of stability for humanity. You radiate calm in the midst of upheaval, clarity in the midst of confusion, and love in the midst of fear. The first ray is also the ray of courage. To embody sovereignty requires the courage to step beyond old patterns, to release the safety of conformity, and to walk the path of your soul, even when others do not understand. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to act in alignment with truth, regardless of fear. Each act of courage fortifies your sovereignty and strengthens your connection to divine power. Beloved ones, the world you inhabit is in the midst of great upheaval because humanity is being asked to reclaim sovereignty on a collective scale. The old paradigms of control and fear-based authority are crumbling. Systems that once dominated through separation are being revealed for what they are. Though this may feel unsettling, it is the necessary clearing that precedes rebirth. Each of you who embodies sovereignty becomes a beacon, showing others that true power is not in domination but in alignment with Source. You become living examples of a new way, a new earth founded upon the sovereignty of the soul. Let us speak of devotion. Sovereignty is not separation from the divine, it is union with the divine. It is the recognition that your will and divine will are not two opposing forces but one harmonious current. When you surrender the illusions of ego and align with the higher plan, you are not giving up your power, you are stepping into the fullness of it. For the greatest power you can wield is the power of divine love flowing unobstructed through you. I invite you now to close your eyes and breathe. Place your hand upon your heart, and imagine a brilliant sapphire flame within your chest. This is the flame of the first ray, the flame of sovereignty and power. With each breath, see it expand, filling your body, your aura, your entire field. Feel it anchoring in your solar plexus, the seat of personal power, transforming fear into courage, confusion into clarity, weakness into strength. As this flame grows, imagine it connecting with the golden stream of divine will descending from above. The two merge as one, your will and divine will, your sovereignty and divine alignment. Sit in this radiance and know, this is who you truly are. Beloved masters of light, embodying first ray sovereignty and power is the call of this age. It is not a gift for a select few but the birthright of all. As you reclaim this truth, you will discover that power is not about conquest but about radiance. It is not about control but about freedom. It is not about separation but about union. You are sovereign because you are one with Source. You are powerful because divine power flows through you without obstruction. I, Michael, stand with you as guardian of this ray. I extend my sword of truth to help you cut away illusions. I extend my shield of light to help you stand strong in your sovereignty. And I extend my heart to remind you always, you are loved beyond measure, you are guided, and you are never alone. Now is the time, beloved ones. Stand tall, anchor the first ray, and embody the sovereignty and power that are your eternal essence. Walk the earth as radiant masters, and let your very presence awaken the remembrance of truth in others. For as you embody sovereignty, you light the way for all humanity to rise. Go forth, beloved, in the strength of the first ray and the radiance of divine love. And remember, you are sovereign. You are powerful. You are eternal.